Where's that Porsche? Where's that Porsche? Shit.
I had a huge confidence boost in this race, and I learned loads about drafting, about awareness, and about fuel saving tactics. So let's go and have a look what I learned. Right from the start, it was balls to the wall and Andy started drafting. Now during practice, he did this with me as well, and I initially thought it was just to give me a push, and I thought drafting was to help you allow to pass people. However, what I learned was that it actually helped your time as well, and a wee bit on fuel saving. So that's something I'm going to try my best to do in the future. But coming to the infield, I also noticed that Andy backs off a wee bit for safety reasons, because accidents happen just so much quicker in these turns. So he was still staying close so that he can keep up with that draft, but staying just back enough so that he doesn't accidentally, bump someone or make an accident. And I think what I noticed was on the last turn especially, it's important because the straight is coming up off the oval bit and he needs to be able to stay in that draft. So this was interesting for me because I initially thought drafting was just so that you can pass people. Shows you how much I know. But leading up to the bus stop, or the accident and emergency bit as I call it, I can see our braking point is at the yellow box normally. But I noticed Andy brakes a wee bit earlier just because that's the car in front where he's going to brake. So Andy went off earlier to allow for that. So that's something that I need to learn as well, is other people's braking points. And then he just picks up the draft again. I need to be more gutsy, definitely, but I just don't have the skill to do this yet. But man, oh man, I would like to give it a go. Now it's my turn. Now these are my slowest laps, and the reason I'm showing you that is because I had loads of traffic. I could actually for the first time sort of anticipate where the cars were going to go, just purely looking at their car position. But my heart was going through the roof because the infield was coming up and faster cars approaching. But I could see the car behind me was backing off a wee bit, allowing me to take turn one. And he was still anticipating where he was going to go, but eventually I could see the car was going to go past me on the right hand side, so I moved over to the left. And I stayed on the outside in this turn, allowing them to pass safely. And at this stage I was just so relieved because there was no cars behind me or very close to me in any case. It was just nerve-wracking on the infield with cars behind me.
Okay, Annie, there's a faster car approaching.
At one stage, Jimmy stopped working as well, so Andy had to jump in to help me. So yeah, a good spot to help you guys.
Blue flag.
I was just so relieved that he passed me before the bus stop, because the bus stop is also just nerve-wracking with traffic either behind you or in there. By the way, guys, if you love the TCR, go and have a look at Sim Racers World TCR series. They have a league going. Also, I can't decide what to do with my next season, so let me know in the comments below. What do you think? What car should I try out next? Should I stay in the Skippy, or should I move on to a GT car maybe? Or let me know your thoughts in the comments below.
2:00.2 seconds.
Now turn 1, or as I call it, the skid mark corner, it's just a freaking nightmare. But I saw Stuart and Ewan
There's a group of faster cars behind.
come up behind me.
Blue flag.
Now I normally practice with these guys, so I wasn't nervous because I knew they would be fairly safe with me. And they know me as well, so they knew I was gonna stay on my line and they could pass safely. Hello, Ewan.
Right is clear.
There goes Ewan. One day I'll have a pro stick on my car too. Now with this car, I noticed that he was going to go on the outside, so I took a tighter turn onto the oval bit so that he could overtake on the right hand side.
Is clear now.
So my awareness during this race was just absolutely so much better than the previous race. And it's purely because I've been doing open practices and being more aware.
There's an incident in turn 12. Looks like it's hey.
What I'm really chuffed about is that I noticed I raced with guys that had I ratings of 2000 and above, and with my normal pace without traffic I was about the same pace as them, not 100%. I mean, I was, you know, not but yeah, I was close to them, which was really encouraging. And like I said in the beginning, a real confidence boost. Okay, now for the final stint to the race line. We were needing to save some fuel so that we don't have to do another pit stop. So what I noticed was, and I didn't know this at all, I was actually taught this through live streaming on fuel saving. I had to help Andy calculate fuel, and he actually showed me how to save fuel, which I didn't know at all. As you will notice, he eases off the throttle earlier than what he would normally do, and he wouldn't brake as hard as what he would normally do in all these turns. We also had to get lapped by the lead car so that we had lesser laps to complete, and that helps also obviously with the fuel saving. So leading up to the bus stop, our normal braking point is the yellow box on the right hand side, but you'll see Andy eases off the throttle a wee bit earlier. And I hope my calculations helped with the fuel saving, but I'm going to take the credit for it. You can also see through the bus stop Andy is not as aggressive on the throttle as he would normally be. So yeah, I learned a lot about fuel saving tactics in this race. If you like this video, please share it. If you want to follow my progression, please hit the subscribe button. We'll see you in the next race. Happy racing.